Hey everybody, welcome to Geek Snobs, your number one source for geek news and opinions. My name's Rejo.
And I'm Mondo.
And this week we're actually here for what will probably be a very short episode. We're kind of making up for some lost time between our season breaks, because that's what it is now. It's a season break.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to be giving you some quick hits of news to snort up, or I don't know
Wow.
what's going on. Let's leave that behind. We're going to bring you some quick hits of news that have come out over the past week, as well as some of the anticipation that we have for Comic-Con, which is actually this weekend. Should be fun.
Did it start? It starts tomorrow, right?
Actually, I think it started today. It started Thursday.
Yes.
But the big stuff isn't actually until the weekend, until Friday and Saturday. Sunday's always slow for cons. The first day, Thursdays are always kind of like, hey, we're going to have some stuff going on because not everyone's here.
Because we're trying to make as much money as possible.
Pretty much. It's going to be a week-long affair in 10 years.
One day we'll be able to go out to a con together as geek snobs.
Are you asking me out?
No, not at all.
Oh. Kind of sad now. But one of the things that is kind of tied into Comic-Con, because I think they released, or at least they released the day of Comic-Con starting, is a very special trailer of a movie that's...
Oh, yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's very near and dear to our hearts. It's actually an adaptation of a novel that I know Mondo and I both enjoy very much.
Highly recommend. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads.
You and so many other middle-aged women. Go ahead and talk about it.
No, it's just the 50 Shades of Grey trailer came out, and I know like everybody was like, woo! And it was blowing up my Facebook page.
Again, middle-aged women. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Anyone from Mondo's Facebook page that's listening.
Yeah, that one person maybe.
Yes.
Yeah,
I can make fun of them with impunity. All right.
But yeah, so that I don't know anything about the book aside from my Goodreads review.
When you made up.
Yeah,
This one has ghosts and werewolves. I loved it.
but according to like the preview that I saw, because it was on my Facebook page, I was probably right, just making up stuff on the Goodreads thing. It starts and it's all like weird, and they obviously not trying to show too much because I have a basic understanding of what those books are supposed to be about. But I don't understand why like all the music in the trailer is all like dun 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 dun. Weep, weep. I don't know if it was like Spider-Man or Prometheus 2 or something. Yeah.
Prometheus 2? It's just an extended version of them running laterally as the spaceship falls. Anyways.
But yeah, so it was just weird. And then like the last 5 seconds of it, you know, they show the sexiness because they know that's what's going to draw everything. But the worst part about that preview, or whatever it's called, what is it called? Trailer? The song. And I was like, wow, somebody really messed up this Beyonce song. And yeah, and I was like, whoa, I wonder who this is, because it's like some dude like singing it in some slow, creepy way, and then like some girl comes in, and then just to find out it's Beyonce messing up her own damn song. It's just, yeah, and I mean, it's not like I like the original to begin with.
No, you do.
Crazy in love, whatever, but it just freaks me out. It's just it was weird to listen to.
I haven't seen the trailer. I'm not interested in it. I'm not going to watch the movie in theaters.
Yes, you
once
are.
It's on
Yeah,
Netflix,
exactly.
I'll watch it with impunity. That's my word for the day. I'll say it with impunity. I don't know.
You're gonna watch it with as much Vaseline as you can find.
Mm-hmm.
Impunitively.
Punitively?
Yeah.
No, everything that I've heard from, is going to sound very awful, but it's part of the Geek Snobs way. Legitimate women don't like that.
Wow.
Don't like those books due to the content. Much like legitimate women don't like Twilight because of the pretty horrible way they actually treat the female characters, specifically the main characters in those books.
Right. They're seen as helpless, and like the only way they can be powerful is if something happens with a dude.
Yeah.
As opposed to what you're doing and calling them legitimate women.
Oh yeah, no. I can say it because I am a feminist. I don't know. No, it's just making fun of the fact that they should be better than that. But it goes with a lot of things in this world. A lot of people should be better than a lot of things. At least. All right.
Another thing that was kind of like coming up on Facebook, was it a couple of days ago?
Uh-huh.
That Star Wars poll? I think it was like a couple of days ago. We saw this Star Wars poll that was asking which were America's favorite Star Wars movies and least favorite characters. And I think when we talked about it, we were like, oh yeah, like it better be The Empire Strikes Back.
It has to be. Like there's no possible way it would have been anything else.
But it was close though. Like Jedi was only 3 percentage points behind.
Yeah, but still, it's Empire.
Yeah. But what really I think freaked us out, I know it freaked me out, is that Phantom Menace was like a full 7 percentage points ahead of New Hope.
Yeah.
Which I was like, really?
Yeah, I kind of didn't get that. But I'm thinking that maybe part of the whole thing where they probably got to the percentage of the people who Phantom Menace was their first Star Wars movie. Like they don't have the emotional investment that, let's say, we would with A New Hope. Or we would be saying like, oh, A New Hope is a better movie than Phantom Menace. Not just because it honestly is real quick. Not just because it is a better movie, but because we have that our youth tied to it.
The ties. But now that I'm looking at it again, this was just the Star Wars movies that they've seen. So when Phantom Menace came out, like there was like a huge push. It was, already had the name recognition. Yeah. So yeah, of course more people were going to see it. Now that I see this, I thought it was like, which one's your favorite?
No, okay.
But no, it was just a scene.
No, okay.
But that's still cool that Empire has the most. And then what's the best Star Wars movie? That's where, again, Empire's in number one.
Leader of the pack, man.
Yep. And then then New Hope, then Jedi, which I still think is odd because I would have thought Jedi would have at least tied or been a little bit ahead of New Hope, just because a lot of people that I talk to think New Hope runs too slow, but it's a setup movie.
Yeah, no, it's actually I feel that's perfect. Like I've always felt New Hope is a stronger movie than Jedi, even as a dumb little kid. It just feels better.
I agree. Like a New Hope. As a matter of fact, I think I've seen New Hope. I'd have to say double the amount of times that I've seen Empire and Jedi.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I mean, I still love Empire better. But as a New Hope, when I was younger, it was easier for me to digest. I don't understand why, but it just was.
Well, it's actually more of a complete story, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking about as a 5-year-old.
Well, you never know. Like as a 5-year-old, do you want to be like, oh, I want to watch the next one? Like you're not thinking that either. Like you get the little story and boom, you're done.
True. But then, like on the prequels, Phantom Menace is again rated higher, and then Revenge of the Sith coming in. I guess it would be 5th, and then Attack of the Clones last.
Which, and I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this, I'm sure, but I actually feel that Sith was the stronger of the prequels. It's not saying a lot, though. It's
not at all.
Yeah, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it's just the fact that he did try and swing darker in that one. It failed. Lots of like.
Lots of ways, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the darkness came from like, oh, Anakin's gonna kill some children. It's. But at least he was trying to do something a little bit edgier and more interesting than he had been doing with the weird romance subplot of Attack of the Clones.
Man, that was just like so oddly put in there.
Yeah. Like, honestly, if I had to rate the prequels, it would be Sith, Phantom Menace, and Attack of the Clones last. Because Attack of the Clones was so uneven that I can't even take it seriously. At least with Phantom Menace, I can watch it and laugh. Attack of the Clones, like it feels like someone's hurting me inside, you know?
I think we've had this discussion on the podcast before. I think where for the prequels, clowns would be I would watch it more, or I guess it'd be my favorite amongst the three.
Son of a bitch.
Then Sith, then Phantom Menace.
You're a horrible person.
I am. I kind of am.
You probably like that droid factory scene.
The scene where there's like that song in the background going on.
Yes.
They're just producing bots and stuff. That's all. That's what I like. I put it on mute and I just put that song on.
God, Attack of the Clones.
There's also a Star Wars character favorability rating. Luke Skywalker had the highest favorable rating of a 93, and then Han Solo. Emperor Palpatine was second to last, and the person with the least favorable character rating, was Jar Jar Binks.
I mean, that makes sense, but still, though, you think... I mean, I hate Jar Jar. Everyone, I hate Jar Jar, just so we have it out there. I do hate Jar Jar. But, I mean, if you're going to look at it as an actual character thing, like, if these were real people that you had to kind of, like rate, the Emperor should be last. Like, the Emperor should just have, like, the least favorability overall, because he's the Emperor.
He's the, like... pinnacle of the evil.
Yeah, he's a galactic dictator. Like, Jar Jar's
if
awful.
Luke Skywalker's your number one, then Emperor has to be the last one.
Yeah. If we're gonna go that route, definitely. Just, I mean, Jar Jar. Anyways,
what I didn't like is that Lando Calrissian didn't even make the top 3, and that pisses me off.
It would piss you off, but I'm okay with it.
It should be Han, Lando. And then who? It doesn't even matter.
Chewie.
It doesn't even matter.
Chewie. Chewie first.
He's not even on here.
Oh, he's not?
No, it's Luke, Han, Leia, Obi-Wan, Yoda, R2, 3PO, Anakin, Darth Vader, Lando, Padme, Boba Fett, Emperor Palpatine, and then Jar Jar.
Oh, wow. I think I inserted Chewbacca in there just because I wanted him to be in there.
Yeah.
But dude, Chewie would be first. Han.
I don't know.
Emperor. Okay.
You just argued the opposite. Well, I guess if you put Chewie first, then it doesn't matter that the Emperor is not the last one.
That's true, because, yeah.
Like in your character favorability, yeah. Because apparently, you're all into the hairy stuff.
I am.
And then the last little, like, question, at least that they listed on this this report, this website, which we'll be linking on the Facebook page, is who shot first? And then 39% of the people said Han, 24% of the people said Greedo, and 37% of the people said, I don't understand this question. Which I thought was hilarious. And then I was like, they're stupid.
Yeah, they are stupid. It's one of the most pivotal questions in our culture right now, I think.
Yeah, so much so I bought a shirt for it.
The Greedo shot first one?
No,
That's what happened, right? No.
Are there Greedo shot first shirts?
I hope so. Actually, now I want to get one.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. I'd wear it and just put like a circle with a line through it.
Yeah, and it comes with those weird little like bits of headgear that boxers wear in the training. You're gonna need it. So yeah, there's that. It's fun. I like random Star Wars stuff. That's always good. In related space opera-y news, I guess, tenuous, but The Destiny beta was released this week. I remember seeing the trailers for it. I'm like, oh, it looks kind of interesting, but not being too into it. I'm kind of, Mondo knows, not too into sci-fi shooters. I've been kind of expanding because of Killzone and Gears or whatever, but still have that kind of like, not that interested. And whenever you signed up and get the beta codes, apparently you get 3 of them. So I had several friends who were giving them away, and hey, use mine or whatever. So I was like, okay, cool, we can all hang out and play on the PlayStation. I didn't like it. And I don't know what it is. I had one guy arguing with me yesterday, like, oh, you don't like it because of this and that, and it's the gameplay. I'm like, no, I like the gameplay. The gameplay actually feels really nice.
It's because you're a racist.
Because I am racist. And the thing I was trying to explain to him is that it's not very catchy. Like, the story is not very interesting. The voice acting is very bland. Peter Dinklage, like the big star that they got to play your robot helper or whatever, sounds like he doesn't want to be there. It's just so boring.
He sounds like Peter Dinklage.
He sounds like Peter Dinklage. That's why I think he should get all the available awards for acting, because he sounds like he wants to be in Game of Thrones. Because otherwise,
that's true. Did you see him on Daily Show?
A month or 2 back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
Yeah,
want
it
to
was
be there.
real bad.
Yeah,
it was real bad.
Yeah, that guy. Apparently he's real big drunk, so maybe he's just like a maudlin drunk.
That's when he was on. That's what I was thinking. As a matter of fact, like, there's no way that dude's sober.
Unless he's a sad sober. Anyways, he's Rejo. No, but it's very bland. I tried telling my friend Jason, like, I've played like an hour and a half of it. It still hasn't really grabbed me. He's like,
Weinberg?
Yes, Jason Weinberg was playing Destiny with me. That's yes.
Cool.
I don't know. But yeah, I was like, dude, it's not grabbing me. You only played for a little bit. You play more than just the beta. I'm like, well, dude, like, Borderlands had me at about less than half an hour in. You know, Borderlands showed me the personality. Borderlands 2 showed me the personality of that game, like, almost instantly.
Yeah, I remember playing that, like, with you at the first, and you were like all into it right away.
It's an amazing game. It just keeps getting better too. Like, and then the story actually gets serious, but it's still staying with the crazy, wacky humor. Oh, it's an amazing game. Anyways, Destiny doesn't, or at least the beta for Destiny doesn't have it. There's nothing to it. Like, there's no story meat to get me into it, and the basic premise is just very generic too. It's like, oh, the darkness is coming. You're gonna have to level up and get awesome guns to
that
whatever.
band.
Yeah. Which I wouldn't mind shooting and killing them, but
But it's only a game.
yeah, but it's only a game. I know that it's all pointless in the end. No, but it's very bland. I can't get into it, and the fact is, I've spoken with, it's gonna be nearly 24 people in my friends list who have played it. Like, oh, it's amazing, it's great. I'm like, dude, y'all enjoy it. I'm gonna be playing something else, and I don't know. It's sad.
All I know is that, excuse me, it's out for Xbox this weekend.
Yeah, it just came out today.
So I will download it and I will play it, and then I will totally contradict you on the next podcast.
Do it. Like,
this game is awesome.
I want you to fall in line with everyone else, so I can feel special being the only one to be like, no, everybody. Destiny.
But that happens all the time.
Yeah.
You're always the one, so it's no longer special.
No, but it's my thing. That's what makes it's my thing. Destiny Green is made out of people. I'll be saying. No, we'll play it. Like, I'll download it too, and we'll give it a try. But it's, oh man.
Rejo, are you gonna be like Peter Dinklaging me the whole time while we're playing that game?
I don't need to, because Peter Dinklage is in there. He'll be like, hey, we should be going to the next room. There's some bad guys. And you're like, you're not making it very exciting, Peter Dinklage.
Is that the robot's name in the game too?
Yes. Or at least that's
awesome.
what I've been calling him. Actually, that in itself would be even better because I think his name is Ghost because it's just a ghost. Everything's very generic about that game. And God bless everyone who plays it and adores it and will be playing it for hundreds of hours or whatever, because it's also an MMO multiplayer shooter thing, whatever. But I'll be staying away. You know what? I'm going to pick up the Crew just because I'm not going to be playing Destiny.
Motley Crew?
Yes.
Nice.
No, the Crew, that weird multiplayer or MMO car game.
Oh, right.
It does look kind of interesting, but I'm not a car guy, so.
No, you're not.
But look for that next week. It's going to be the dual review for the Geek Snobs Destiny, going head to head, maybe, because Mondo might not like it. So
ding ding. I didn't like it.
Told you. That'll be it too. All right. Keep an ear out for that because we might have differing opinions on how awful Destiny is. In video game related news, part of me doesn't want to cover this, but I'm going to cover it because it's The Last of Us, and I really like The Last of Us, and whatever.
Because you keep talking about that game in like several.
Yeah, it's been out
several episodes.
Yeah, it's been out over a year, and I'm so into that game. It has its faults, but it's still really good. All right, so Naughty Dog did not dismiss the fact that they might sooner or later work on a Last of Us sequel. They say, well, we're not thinking about it right off the bat, or if we come up with a good story, something we feel that should be told, then we're going to be doing that, which is cool. I like that they're not immediately saying, like, oh, we can make money off of this, let's do it. But at the same time, the story to that game was just so special and so unique that putting another one in there, and it's not going to, I hope not, it doesn't include the same characters, would just cheapen it almost. And it's I don't know, it's having like a spin-off of the Godfather universe. You know, like, is it really necessary? I'm writing the script for that just so everyone knows. But that's something I'm wrestling with. Like, is this necessary? But I'm thinking, like, you know what? No. I think this has to be done. Giovanni Ribisi has to have a big career, and he's cast as my main character. He's the one I'm focusing on right now.
But you're also like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make some money, because that might be something they're thinking of also.
Yeah. I'm always thinking about making money with Giovanni Ribisi. So there's that. I don't want them to make it. If I hear they're gonna be making it, I'm gonna be, tweeting them like, guys, don't, you're ruining my life, and whatever else. I don't know.
But can I have a free copy?
Yeah, I love you guys so much. There's that. I don't want it to happen. If they try and do, it's something I know we've talked about a lot in the podcast. Creative teams should work on different projects, not be stuck in just one project all the time.
Right, there doesn't always have to be like spin-off projects or brand or name recognition for certain things.
Right, like again, it cheapens the whole idea, especially when it's something special like Last of Us. Uncharted, I'm okay with because it's good and it's great and it's fun, but that lends itself more to serialization than Last of Us ever could. So there's that. Also, I didn't think this was still out there, news, Spec Ops, or at least the developers of Spec Ops, Jaeger, announced that there is not going to be a Spec Ops sequel. For those not in the know, Spec Ops was a critically acclaimed but low-selling hit for Jaeger. I think it was 2K Games, the actual publisher, based off a military squad sent into Dubai to help survivors of a sandstorm. From there, it turns into this psychological anti-war story. I played it. It was free on PlayStation Plus a year or two ago. I played it not knowing what I was getting into, and it was the best way to get into that game because once your character starts going crazy, it doesn't necessarily come out of the blue, but it's not something you would expect in the game. And it's just kind of like, oh shit, oh, what's going on? Oh, whoa. And you have to roll with it. And at the very end of the game, you have a choice of either living or killing yourself. I chose to kill myself, as I would in any other game.
Or in real life.
Or in real life. Razor's at my wrist right now.
I'm laughing because it's true.
It makes the tears stay in my eyes.
Because of what we just said, I can tag this when I release the podcast as suicide.
Yes. All right. Reaching.
High five. Careful with the razors.
Yeah. But yeah. Again, your character either lives or kills himself. I don't see the reason for a sequel to that, unless it's another squad of military people coming in. It doesn't make sense. And frankly, I also hadn't expected any sort of talk of that to have been a sequel for that game, because it didn't sell very well. A lot of people didn't like it. And a lot of people actually just ragged on it because the multiplayer wasn't up to what they wanted. It was interesting. I played a few hours of it. It's not the best, but that's not what the game was there for. It was there to give you this very, very strange single-player experience.
So I wasn't paying attention to you at all. So I was just... Did you say that they are going to do it, or they're not going to do it?
They're not going to do it.
Oh, okay, that's good. I was going to say, if they are going to do it, it sounds like it's probably just somebody's, like, pet project. And even though there was no, like, sales of, or positive sales on the first one, they were just like, screw it. I'm somebody in charge and I like this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to make another one.
We have money to burn.
Yeah. But, I could understand why people would think there would be another one. Because, like you said, there's different special operations units, so it could now focus on a totally separate special operations unit. I don't know what you actually do in this game, but there could be like underwater demolition. There could be totally like different things.
Oh, they could cross it over with like the original BioShock game. That'd be amazing. No, I don't know.
Would it really?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't understand where people were saying that there's going to be a sequel. I'm glad there's not. Yeah, it's kind of a non-story for that. It was weird that it was still out there.
Yeah. But I think it's also weird because you actually enjoyed the game. And then when like you heard any little thing, even maybe it was just that one thing that you read or heard, and then you're like, crap.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Moving on from... video games to TV land, not like the actual TV land stuff, because those things creep me out, like the old shows.
I like
a lot of the old black and white shows. Well, a lot of the old black and white shows creep me the hell out.
Creep you
just because I know that I wouldn't be accepted during that time.
Dude, you would have been fine as like working janitorial staff for them or something.
Exactly.
Fine.
I've done janitorial stuff. I didn't like it.
See, and
especially not in a TV show.
No, you're so good.
All right. But something we heard like not too long ago, and by not too long ago, I think I mean yesterday, is that Legend of Korra was, I don't know, was it canceled or was it put a stop to? The initial thing we heard.
Well, the first thing that they had released was that the last 5 episodes of the current season were not going to be airing.
That's what it was.
They had no date as to when it would come back, but just that they were pulling them because of low ratings, which sucks.
It completely sucks, but they make it hard on themselves too. Like the release of them and to watch them is very hard.
They don't have any reruns of them, and then I think we were talking about this right before we started. It takes them about 3 weeks to put it up on the website. That's bullshit. That's crazy.
If you can see the whole thing at the time, because there's been times when I went to go see it and they're just like, it's not available at this time, and I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
So then you go to Xbox and you try and watch it or whatever, and it's like, oh, not available there either. Yeah. And then when it does become available, it's like 2 months later.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And apparently that's because there was an update later on last night or early this morning saying that it'll all be done via digital distribution. So I'm assuming that means that they'll be putting it just on the website since they don't really have a deal with Netflix or anything like that. But does that mean that they are going to be 3 weeks delayed before they do that? Because tomorrow night is the last episode that they'll be airing on TV. So that's going to come out, if they stick with their normal scheduling for the website, 3 weeks from now. And then...
Right, so mid-August.
Yeah. And then is that when they're going to continue with the 5 remaining episodes? Or are they somehow going to bump it up and say, like, oh, well, Saturday, the following Saturday is when that episode comes out online, and then the next week we'll have the next week's episode, or they all be going to be out at once, or I don't know what they're doing, and it feels like they want to cancel Korra, but they're apparently already locked in for the 4th season, so they can't, but apparently they can just let it die off.
Ugh,
and that's what I'm afraid
sucks.
of. Yeah.
Like, it could be that it might even be longer, because the show that they're going to play tomorrow would be up in 3 weeks.
Right.
So a new one might not be up for 6 weeks. And then maybe start the... Huh?
Yeah, I hope they don't do that.
Yeah, and then maybe if they decide to go, like, weekly after that, then maybe, but that would suck.
Yeah, that would not be good. And I don't... Legend of Korra is not as good as The Last Airbender. I'm just going to get that out there.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody thinks that.
But I like the places that it's going. They're doing a lot of different things. They've actually aged up the topics as well as the characters in that show. And I think maybe that's what's dragging it down a little bit. But I like that they're going that route.
Right. I'm not caught up on this show because, again, they make it super hard to actually see it.
You suck, Nick.
So I thought you were saying I suck.
Yeah.
I was like, my name's not Nick.
What?
But I do suck, and I'm not caught up. But that's not because I don't want to. It's just they make it like hard
that's crazy.
for people like me that don't have like thousands of like hours to just try and watch TV.
Yeah.
Even though I do get, I'm not saying like, oh, I'm super studious and I never watch TV. I watch TV. It's just the times that I'm trying to see it, I can't see it.
Well, the thing I don't like is that, or one of the things I don't like is that they do the same thing with Hulu. They actually do kind of have a deal with Hulu in order to show the episodes, but again, it's 3 weeks later, right? It's only when it's also available on the website, so again, 3 weeks.
Right.
And it's very limited. I think they keep each episode for about a month, and then they take it down. So like, I don't understand that. I don't know what Nick is thinking.
So it's not necessarily dead. It's not completely done, but it pretty much is done.
Yeah, they're strangling it, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah, the life will, bleed out of it within a couple of months, and then I don't know. We'll get some other awful cartoon. Like you said, it's not up to the standards of, or I don't think it's up to the standards of Last Airbender, but it's still better than a lot of stuff that's out there right now.
The second or third to last episode of last season, where she gets to see the history of the first Avatar, that was brilliant. Like I think that was actually on par with some of the best episodes of Last Airbender. It followed, it stuck with the world's own history, but it still had what Avatar tends to do is it's modeled very well off actual mythology. Where like, oh, you know what? There's this big heroic character that first started as a human, or just a basic human or person, but he was a trickster. He was a thief, and he did everything out of selfishness until he learned to become a better person and actually become part of the spirit world, pretty much. And it was a really great story. I really
it's kind of like the Buddha story or something?
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's brilliant.
So was it on par with the episode where they introduced Toph in Last Airbender? Because that's a great episode. That
is a really good episode. That's gonna be tough because, god damn it, Toph is so awesome.
Yeah, the boulder. That was a good episode.
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna say no, just because Toph.
Yeah, it's tough. My favorite character in Last Airbender, Toph.
No, everyone's favorite character in this.
Really? I didn't know she was that popular.
She's ridiculously popular, and it's because she's awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome.
All right.
So hopefully, I don't know, maybe we can start that campaign to bring back Toph.
I don't want to spoil anything for the current season for you, but it's really cool. That's all.
But just like a Toph like spin-off, just her. Like whatever happened from the end of Last Airbender to Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
Toph spin-off. That's all I'm saying.
Be awesome.
Right now.
Now.
I'll say more later.
Well, one thing that I'm actually surprised with is that the show's continuing past the third season. I thought maybe they were going to follow the same sort of Avatar thing where it was 3 seasons and that's it.
All right.
But Airbender actually had more of a structure to it as well. Korra kind of doesn't. It's 12 episodes. Each season has its own little story, and that's it. Doesn't seem to bleed over too much into the next one, aside from just the basic changes. And I can't really tell what bigger story they're doing, aside from maybe the changes in the spirit world, but that doesn't seem to be leading up to anything big either. It's an odd show.
Yeah, it seems like from the beginning, I think, more like they're like, oh, let's see if we can attract people, and then we'll just keep writing the story.
Yeah, it kind of does seem that way.
Oh. Hopefully something good comes out of it. I don't know. Maybe like it gains a bigger following through just pure digital watches, and even if they put out stuff like that, I would be okay. As long as they're consistent.
Yeah, and hopefully over time, it means they'll be able to do a live action version of it directed by M. Night Shyamalan as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Or this time they'll get Scorsese. Is that dude dead?
Wow.
I don't know if that's
Scorsese, no.
Okay.
No.
On other TV show news, I think we talked about the Flash TV show that's going to be on whatever they call that station now. The WB,
CWB,
CTW.
Yeah.
I don't know.
CBT.
Isn't CTW... Oh, CTN, I'm sorry. Sesame Street? What's on the Sesame Street thing?
Oh, I don't know.
It's Children's
Television
Network?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
It says Sesame Street, and then like on top, it says CTN. Anyways. Well, I for me, it's positive news. I'm still kind of iffy if they're going to be able to do this correctly. I believe October is when the premiere comes out.
Yeah, I think so.
And I'm interested because I think I've mentioned this several times. Flash is my favorite comic book character.
Super speed,
I don't like that it's not
hot.
going to be Jay Garrick. No, I'm just joking. Super speed.
Sorry.
He's got the cute force in him. But they were talking. There was an interview that I read with Geoff Johns, one of the creators, and he seemed optimistic. And one of the things that making me more optimistic is that he said that this TV show, this Flash TV show, is going to be the closest to the comic book. Like the story is going to be the closest to the comic book. Because, everybody that's seen Arrow understands that they're going all over the place. And then, not that it's a bad show. A lot of people, it's acclaimed, I guess.
Some people like it.
Yeah. It's all right. I mean, it started getting weird. When they introduced Deathstroke in the 3rd episode, I was like, what?
Finally!
Yeah. And then I didn't watch Smallville, so I don't know what was up with that. But I heard like they pulled from a lot of different sources on that. It wasn't just like actual Smallville comic book stuff.
Yeah, no. It was making its own Superman mythology, and it was a completely uneven show. You're okay.
You were all into it.
First 4 or 5 seasons were bad, but you had to bite your tongue through a lot.
You had to bite your tongue through, what would that be, like 3 years? 4 years, yeah. So I'm hopeful because he's saying it's gonna stick, to a lot of the comic book stuff, and that he's hopeful and he likes what they're doing with it. So I don't know. I was gonna watch the first couple episodes anyway. I guess it makes me be less or more optimistic that I'll be more disappointed.
What?
Yeah, because like I was gonna go into watching the TV show, sit down that night thinking, "Oh God, this is gonna suck." But now I can sit down and say, "It may not suck that much."
Yeah. Oh, hopefully it doesn't. I was surprised that Jeff Johns is associated with it. Actually, I didn't know until later that he's also associated with Arrow. So I think he's an executive producer on that show. So yeah, that makes me feel like, if he's kind of okay with how Arrow's going, I'm not a big fan of either one.
But he's not saying that Arrow follows anything.
Right? Yeah, that's the whole thing. The fact that he's saying it's going to follow something, and it seems like it might have more of a structure to it. Right. I think I would like that. I might want to give that a try, despite the fact that I pretty much have a self-imposed moratorium on any DC TV shows, which will include Gotham. I've heard some bad things about you, Gotham.
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey. Last half a dozen seasons of Smallville. Show went on so long. I might watch it. Depending on your review, I might go back and watch it. No.
We're going to watch the first episode together. It's going to be a Flash. I shouldn't say it like that. We're going to watch Flash.
Are you going to say? Are you saying it's going to be a whole bunch of us together at your place watching the Flash? Are you going to say? Are you saying it's a Flash mob?
It's a yes. It's a Flash mob watching party.
See,
is that weird? We're gonna come to my house as a group, and we're gonna watch Flashers. I mean, the Flash. Excuse me.
Might have complaints in both parts.
Maybe we'll watch Zapped.
Oh man! Oh wow!
Did you know they redid that for Disney?
What?
Yeah, it's like girls this time.
When?
A month ago? I have no idea.
Phone powers activate. That's so weird. Why would? And are they keeping everything?
I hope not.
Because that movie was. Oh wow.
Yeah, it was kind of. It was racy.
Yeah, didn't the janitor get disgustingly high? Wasn't it the janitor?
No, I don't think it's the janitor.
Oh wow!
Is it the janitor? Oh, they throw Is that Zapped or is that Zapped again? Because even though they have the same name in it, they're two totally different movies.
One does say again. I would know. I think it's the first one. I don't think I've seen Zapped again.
The one with Scott Baio?
Yeah,
the original.
Yeah,
and his best friend Bible Man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, yeah. That's the only one I've seen. I don't think I've ever seen Zapped again.
Because Zapped has the.
Spoiler alert.
The elixir. Yeah, spoiler alert. 1979 movie. But it has the elixir in that grape or that prune juice, remember?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, and Scott Baio has to do that weird eyebrow thing to make things levitate. And there's a lot of upskirting in that movie.
Yeah, no, it's movie.
So that's why I was like, oh wow, what's going on? It's a Disney movie.
I have to check that out. That's weird. I just now I'm just curious about that. How would? Oh wow.
Unless they just use the name, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would they have some sort of relation to?
Yeah, they just call it something completely different and don't have kids there's an earlier movie.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Yeah, let's go to Netflix. And, yeah.
Oh yeah, it is on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we see it when we were watching that awesome documentary about the Beatles?
Was it the same time?
I think it was around that same time that we noticed that that Zapped was on Netflix.
That would have been a horrible night.
Oh, it's Zendaya.
What?
Zendaya? Oh, wow. So it's, I guess, I'm reading from the Disney Channel website, but she has, instead of having like magical powers where, you know, she has to move her eyebrow or whatever, she has an app on her phone. Yeah. She can control boys. The Scott Baio movie's already better.
Wow. We derailed fast on that, but it was worth it. I'm always up for some good.
1982. Movies. I said 1979, but it's an 82 movie.
Whole 3 years off. Wow, it's terrible. Yeah. So Flash.
Oh yeah, it is. It is the original Zap. Because it's Dexter.
Yeah.
He's the one that does get high. Yeah. I don't know why I thought that was Zapped again.
You haven't seen that movie often enough, apparently.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, guys.
Oh, wow. Now, we're going to move off the Zap topic because it's a dangerous vortex. We're going to talk a little bit about Comic-Con and what we're expecting out of it. And I guess some news that's already been leaking out as part of the Comic-Con thing and the fact that it's being released next week. Guardians of the Galaxy has been viewed by lots of people and is getting some very good reviews, which gets me kind of excited.
Yep, next week.
Yeah.
Us lay people will be able to see it. Since apparently there was like a showing in Las Vegas.
Yep, for the standing people instead of the ones that are late. That's what it is, right?
Anyways. Yeah, I think that's the opposite.
Okay, good. I think I've said this before. Like, I'm kind of iffy about that movie. I do like the fact that Marvel's going to, weirder lengths for stuff, but it was kind of iffy about it. All the reviews have been saying it's really fun. It has a lot of character, which I think is something that's missing, or I feel is missing with a lot of the Marvel things. Something that clicks with me. So the fact that everything seems to be working with that movie gets me kind of excited. I might actually see this one in the theaters.
Yeah, I've been wanting to see this. I'm not completely familiar with Guardians of the Galaxy. I know who they are.
Not a lot of people are.
I've when reading other comic books, they've come out, but I've never just like delved into them. and kind of referring to what you just said, not a lot of people are. No. So they don't have any, other expectations of what should be happening, what they feel should be happening in the movie.
Right.
Most people have heard of Batman and Superman. They have some sort of connection, whether it's the old 60s TV show of Batman. Why wasn't it more silly? These movies were too serious. They had something to argue about. With Guardians of the Galaxy, they're just going in to see a movie. They have no idea what's supposed to be happening. So that might be one reason that there's more of a positive review on this.
Could be. Hopefully, it's more than just that. Like, one of the things that I've read is that it seems to be setting up a lot of this newest phase of Marvel movies. Supposedly, there's a big MacGuffin that's actually going to be a bigger part of the Marvel universe overall, which I think is kind of interesting. It might be paying off the whole Thanos thing. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I read that too.
So
about they might be coming in later and tying in the other movies.
Right. Which is cool. I like that idea. I don't know. This is the thing I'm really iffy with Marvel movies. I'm just... They're varying quality to me, just even during the course of a movie. So that's why I'm never very excited about them. But if this is... Even if it's just a one-off of wacky space adventures, I would be completely okay with it.
Yeah, I think so too.
There's that. Staying with the Marvel thing, Sony announced that they're delaying Spider-Man 3 to 2018, but keeping Sinister 6 as the 2016 date or whatever they're supposed to be. And the odd thing is that within a few hours, Marvel announced that they're also going to be. They just added another movie for 2018, so it drew a lot of speculation. Like, oh my God, does this mean that that Sony and Disney Marvel are going to be joining up to kind of co-produce Spider-Man 3 and help kind of weave it into the whole Marvel universe? I hope not. God, I hope not. Partly because just it's two awful properties jammed together. Like, again, I'm not a big fan of the Marvel movies. Really not a fan of the new Spider-Man movies, just overall. So putting them in there is going to just make it worse, I think.
Now, if this does come true, and Marvel and it gets mixed with the Disney, and Disney puts out this movie, maybe, Rhino doesn't have a mech suit when we see him again, but he has more of a Darth Vader type suit.
That'd be weird.
That'd be weird. Like, trying to mix the whole, just making it smaller, like it's supposed to be like an actual suit.
Yeah.
But also still having some mechanical elements to it. I don't know why I said elements.
Elements. Actually, if they were going to be doing this, or they probably just settled on it recently, if that is what's going on. But if they had not introduced the Rhino, since Marvel's apparently already going to be doing the magic route, started with Thor, and they're going to be doing Doctor Strange and all that. They could have actually done the original Rhino suit. It's
the enchanted suit.
Yeah,
right?
that would have been.
Why not?
Yeah, that would have been great. Instead of going with the whole technology is evil again thing that every Spider-Man and I think we talked about this, every superhero movie does. This is a cheap way out. The fact that they could have done something as wacky as an actual mystical suit would have been kind of cool.
Right.
That's probably not.
And it's not wacky, but just in comparison to what they had been doing.
Yeah. Awful mech suits. I don't know. I don't want it to happen, but more on just the fact that I don't want a Spider-Man 3 to happen.
Oh, well, that's not good. You're too late.
Yeah, I know. Unless I go back in time. I didn't go back in time.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. There's also various Marvel and DC announcements. DC is probably going to be giving away more information on the Batman v Superman, and supposedly it's been pretty much confirmed that What's-His-Face, wow, I can't think of his name. The Rock.
Two-Face?
Yes. The Rock is going to be Shazam.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah. The Rock.
Captain Marvel. Shazam.
That's interesting. We talked about
that. Like I said, I like the pick. Captain Marvel is supposed to be stoic. He's not supposed to be brooding,
Yeah.
He's heroic and stoic, but not brooding.
Let's watch that change.
So let's see how I think Rock can pull it off. I honestly think he can. A lot of places that I've been listening to, a lot of things I've been listening to, reading, said that they'd rather he had been Black Adam.
Yeah, I've been seeing that too.
He could. I mean, I'm sure he could have done that too, but I think he can pull this off.
Yeah, no, I like it. I like. Again, I think we mentioned this in a much earlier podcast. DC movies have the possibility of going, say it again, far wackier than the Marvel stuff. So I kind of like that they're doing Shazam, and I agree. I actually like Mr. Johnson as as an actor, and I also feel he could pull this off as long as the actual story is good.
Exactly, that's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm not joking when I say watch them make him a brooding character, because David Goyer is a horrible, horrible person. You've heard me, David Goyer. And I don't think he would make something kind of bright and chipper like Captain Marvel movie would be.
Right, because Billy Batson is sweet and innocent.
Yeah, no, he's gonna come from an orphanage. He's been passed around a bunch of different homes, and he's been sexually molested and whatever.
Damn it! That's what I was hoping you were gonna get.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be there. And this is his way out, but then it's not really they're gonna make it all kind of psychological, or maybe he isn't actually gaining all these powers of these heroes, but he's using this as an escape from his horrible life. You know,
God.
Watch.
It's going to be Sucker Punch 2.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, watch. At the very least, he's going to be brooding.
Yeah, I hope not. I have some high expectations for this.
Yeah.
Probably not as high as Guardians of the Galaxy, but we'll see.
Yeah. That depresses me. Marvel, it's going to just be the other, or maybe they'll announce them, they might not. The other movies that have so far been unnamed for their 2018 and 2019 film slots. They are picking up the pace. I don't remember if we mentioned this. 2018 is going to have 3 movies during the course of the year. 2017 is going to have 2. I think 2019 is also going to have 2 movies. So they're sort of trying to pile up more and more movies over time, just, I guess, to speed up the strengths of their, or not strengths, but the pace of their overall story. But them, DC, and Sony, and whoever else, we talked about this before, they're glutting the superhero market. And I'm hoping it implodes very, very quickly. And we go back to watching, I don't know, tween kids like dancing.
Or is it another Zapped?
Or another Zapped. An actual cinematic Zapped movie would be fantastic. You know, and a period piece as well. Make it early 80s, you know.
That would be awesome. So tell the story from like Willie Ames' perspective.
It would be like a prequel. God damn. Yeah, I don't know. What's weird is when we're looking this up, there's not a lot at Comic-Con that I'm excited for. I know you said the same thing.
Yeah, I was really looking to find some information about like cartoons, or maybe they're gonna. And there was like, and if it's not anime, like you're shit out of luck. There's really not anything out there. I know Cartoon Network is supposed to have a panel, or booth or something, but I found it once, and then like I tried for another hour to look for it again, and I couldn't find it. So they're not putting that stuff out there. So I know they're supposed to have. Oh man, what's that? Adventure Time. They're supposed to talk about Adventure Time. Those people were going to be there in a panel. Regular show, and then 2 of the newer shows that they have on Cartoon Network. One that looks weird, and the drawing style or the art style is like those round, and the faces all look like pigs kind of thing. I forgot what it's called, Clarence or something. I honestly don't remember what it's called. And then someone that I hadn't, another one that I had never heard of before. So aside from that, I could really not find any cartoon stuff. It could be the fact that I'm just awful at looking up stuff. And if anybody's actually listening to us, and knows of like cartoon stuff that's going to be going on at Comic-Con, send it to us, because I want to know what's going on. I'd really like to know about like new cartoons or new things that are coming out there as far as cartoons go.
I don't think there's anything. It's all just becoming like Comic-Con is just like the DC and Marvel movie and TV franchise outpost.
Disney and Sony, right?
Yeah. Oh, Sony also. So yeah, it's Warner Brothers, Disney, and Sony.
Yeah.
Here's something that I don't know if it was necessarily announced at Comic-Con, but I know it was out today. The SpongeBob SquarePants sequel-ish movie. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't heard about it.
Don't look it up.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not a fan of SpongeBob.
It turns into like a 3D movie thing because they get out of the water. Like it's just.
Oh no.
Yeah. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I saw it. I was like, I don't ever want to think about this again. But then I did. All right.
At least the Simpsons did that, remember? But at least they were like smart enough to do it only like in a Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes. Like,
yeah, if that. Yeah,
sure. Yeah, no, it's gonna be an entire movie. It's really good. I don't know. Yeah, if anyone has any news that they want to share from Comic-Con or something that they were excited about, they want us to give our humblish opinions on, please write us, get in touch with us, and we'll see what we can find out and talk about for you guys.
Yeah, especially if you were at Comic-Con. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Send us pictures.
Mm-hmm. With autographs. I don't know how you do that, but send us pictures with autographs.
Well, they could send a pic of a picture with autographs on.
That's not what I asked for.
Sorry.
You don't know how to follow instructions, Rejo.
I'm just trying to skirt around them, really. All right, well, that's pretty much going to be it for this episode, I think.
Yeah, we'll try and record another episode next week and see what actually came about during this weekend's events at Comic-Con.
It's probably going to be a bitching about Marvel and DC episode again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Big smile.
Yeah, we should change this to, like, geeks rant about Marvel and DC.
Look, if they didn't do it, we wouldn't have to.
It's true. And, we might be praising them next week after watching Guardians. So,
yeah.
Who knows?
Or with the Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange announcement. Because that's going to happen, man. It's going to happen.
Or him as Namor. I already told you. It may happen.
No.
But it's not.
It's Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it's not. But Namor, Namor. Like Regis said, if y'all want to tell us about something that went on or something you read, or if you were there at Comic-Con, just get in contact with us. Email us at geeksnobs@gmail.com. Look us up on Facebook, just under Geek Snobs.
Or you can tweet at us. That's
at Geek Snobs. Did you forget?
I was trying to think of what it was, yeah.
I think there's another way to contact us. Oh, yes, we have a website. So, yeah. So if you want to go to our website and contact us from there, it's geeksnobs@squarespace.com. Yeah, just let us know what's going on.
.com, innit?
Didn't I say that?
No, you said at.
Oh, yes. Geeksnobs at...
at .squarespace.
Yeah. Geeksnobs.squarespace.com. And let us know what's up. Cool. All right. Thanks for listening. Laters.
See you guys. Geeks out.